Welcome to Top of the Line. This is the podcast version of our YouTube show. New episodes every Monday and Friday where we talk about audio and hi-fi related themes.
If you have any requests for a future episode, send us an email, totl@abyssheadphones.com.
Okay, well, today we got a unusual question. Well, it was a comment in our analog digital video. Someone asked if there could be an analog streaming service. You know?
Oh, that vinyl and digital video we just did?
Yeah, I saw that comment.
Yeah, can
That's
there be
a
an
doozy.
analog
Yeah.
streaming service?
Well,
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't use the internet. There's no way to send analog over the internet.
That's true.
That's the whole purpose of digital. It's encoding analog information in a digital form to be able to transmit it over a digital network.
Well, the
like
current method is radio, FM, AM radio. That, and of course, shortwave if you kind of do that. But that's the current analog method, and even then, that's blurred because FM
Right.
radio and AM both have digital sides
A
components.
lot
to
of
them
them
too.
are digital now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of messy.
Yeah.
You could start your own coast-to-coast analog FM streaming service that somehow you could request songs over your
the
device.
text messages.
And then
Oh, but see, that's
it'll
not
beam
fair
it
because
over
it's
the
digital
radio.
right there. Right?
No,
The request.
you're requesting the
Oh,
songs
I
with the
see.
digital
It's
method.
all
so there's a
but
DJ.
the transmission is analog.
So there's a DJ throwing a record on. That's kind of the way radio
This
works.
would be a problem.
Yeah.
It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, but then how are they playing it, though? What are they playing?
coast-to-coast infrastructure of FM transmitters.
They're combining all the
but
transmitters
the
together to
physical
one common
media,
DJ.
Though.
Oh,
They'd have,
vinyl.
they'd have to be playing
They have
vinyl.
every record
Yeah.
ever to exist
Oh, geez.
at hand.
So,
And there's a guy that picks them off within 30 seconds and starts playing it. Whatever's playing right now, when you request a song, he finds the album, rips this one off, slams that one. Just for you.
Might as well go back to creating a jukebox for this.
It would be like $100,000 a month for this kind of service.
Load it up with 45s.
yeah.
You know, that's kind of what you're talking about. You remember you used to go to like wherever, a restaurant or something, you push the buttons at the table and it would, when your turn was up, it would
Yeah.
play your 45.
It's like that.
Your
You
could
record.
Yeah, when you start thinking about it, there is a reason why everything went digital.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be, one
It's
thing
a
at a
highly
time.
mechanical
Yeah.
system otherwise.
It's very difficult. The biggest issue with analog is, at least with our current knowledge, we don't know any way to get more than one transmission on one bit of spectrum, so one frequency over the radio, or one pair of wires. So that's why the old copper phone lines they used to run to homes, and still do in some cases, you need to have one pair of those for every house.
A twisted pair.
And so that's tough compared to the internet. Now, people might not be aware, but if you have cable internet at your house, that cable going to your house, it's the exact same cable that's going to your neighbors and their neighbors and their neighbors. There could be 100 houses on that same line.
Yeah, it's
All of you are sharing the same cable.
basically a parallel system.
But
You're just
you
tapping
have-
off a main line.
Yeah, but you have independent internet connections. And so that's a pretty profound deal. That's why people are moving to digital, because it allows you to leverage the existing infrastructure to get more utilization.
Well,
Well, you could do it kind of like that. You'd have to have separate radio bands. Everybody would get
You
assigned
could.
one. It would be a mess.
you couldn't though. You couldn't send
There's
that
not
much
enough.
analog through a pair of wires to everybody.
No, I
You
mean,
couldn't.
like different FM radio stations.
Yeah, but there's not
Yeah.
enough available spectrum.
That's the problem. You can only do so many.
Well, I mean, my house still has copper wire going to it for the old phone lines.
Yeah.
So
You could run it over that.
now, if you could send enough power down there, I could hook a speaker up to that.
Oh, and they do the amplification.
I don't
Yeah.
think that would work too
So
well.
kind of like the old phones, also the landline,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
That's not digital. The old
It's some
landlines.
pretty thin wire that's
I don't know
probably
how
all
much of that
rusty
still
underground
works.
somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that still works. In fact, my guess is they're eliminating that on the between telephone poles as they upgrade the systems. At least it seems like they are. I imagine
Probably, yeah.
everything's going to fiber. I don't think they support. I don't know how much of it is supported anymore. The old copper lines. I know it was a problem 30 years ago to
Yeah, and it hasn't
maintain
got
copper.
better.
Yeah, to maintain.
No, they pretty
copper.
much put the copper in the once, and it's been sitting in the ground for a long time, hanging on poles and just degrading.
Well, I think what they did is in a lot of sections of the country, they digitized the copper somewhere, went to fiber, and then it converts back to copper at the other end.
The last
So-
mile is still
Yeah.
the physical copper,
Yeah.
but it's probably digital most of the way.
And that's even nowadays, that's anyone's guess if that would even work. But we do have a lot of copper wire all in the damn country.
There is, yeah.
In some spots, there's a lot of copper.
a lot of broken copper.
Remember the old
wires.
phones? You pick up the receiver, spin the dial, it ran on what 48-volt batteries or something, the ring
Oh,
voltage.
boy.
Yeah, that was straight copper.
Yeah.
Like someone at a switch box would just sit there and plug you into another set of twisted pair of lines going to wherever you were talking
Yeah.
to.
I think
That's
today,
analog.
if you wanted to do an actual analog streaming service, about the only option is maybe do like the old way Netflix used to when they actually sent you physical media and just mail like a cassette or something.
That's not streaming. Then,
That's as close as you get.
Mail order your
There's a
analog.
little latency there. It's a 1 day latency
yeah,
or two.
yeah. Next day on everything.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's about as close as it gets. So you click next. 2 days later, you get it in the mail.
Jesus, that I just when
Might
you
be a
said
problem.
mail, it brought back memories
Yeah.
of looking at like a Sears catalog or something.
well, they
like
used
that.
to have those CD
And
books.
you'd physically call somebody to order something.
Yeah, you remember those
The
CD
the
books?
CD,
You'll
yeah,
get it
CD
in the
books?
mail.
Check the boxes.
There's just
and they
like
send you
hundreds of CDs on there. You
Yeah.
just check which ones you want. It would be like a monthly fee or something. You get like 6 CDs or something a month.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like a
having-
CD club.
I'm in a flashback
Yeah.
when I was a kid. I don't know if it was school that asked us to do this, but we were young and you had to mail letters to companies asking them for free stuff.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
that
we
too.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very analog. It's like there's no email. There's no
Yeah.
you're writing physically.
Yeah,
You're writing
could
a
you
letter,
imagine?
putting an envelope, putting an address on it, putting a stamp on it, mailing it to the company, and then someone at the company's got to take this and read it
We
and
got
respond to you.
what, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of what I would call fan mail ever,
Yeah.
right? In the fairly significant period of time we were in business.
You mean here?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, we don't get too much.
Yeah, we got a few pieces of physical mail. It's
Yeah.
so incredibly uncommon. Could you imagine now sending mail to a big company? They probably get like 3 things
I don't
from an
know.
actual person.
Yeah, I don't know who would look at it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, what do we don't
What is
have
this?
The only thing we see in the mail are bills and junk.
yeah,
a
pretty
lot of
much.
junk.
Most
A lot of
junk.
Yeah.
But I mean, the ones we did get, we kind of pinned up so everyone
Yeah.
could see, and it was
Yeah.
kind of
They're
something to be
still
proud of
pinned.
because when the people that wrote it were very emotional and they had a lot of good content there. They were very appreciative of
Right.
the product and they wanted to write. Obviously, they didn't use email, and that was it.
Well, if you go
Old
to the
school.
level to actually write a note,
Right.
Yeah.
hand write especially,
Mhm.
and you mail it with like a stamp and an envelope, you write the whole
Yeah.
ordeal, right?
Yeah.
It's totally different.
To me,
amount
it's
of
something you
effort
could almost
than send an email.
put in on the wall, like
Framed.
Frame
It's
it,
special,
yeah.
kinda, yeah.
It's pretty cool when you think
It's
about
kind of
it.
like the difference between a streaming service and physical vinyl.
And their handwriting was usually pretty good, which is probably why they wrote the letter. 'Cause
That's right.
If it wasn't, you probably would not
It's
want
like,
to do
I
it.
can't read this. Yeah.
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 So
But I guess you bottom line this whole thing.
Yeah.
Why would you even want an analog streaming service? What is the advantage?
Yeah. Well, that is part of the
Well,
issue.
the trouble is there really isn't an advantage right
There's-
now. There's just
yeah.
huge roadblocks. It'd be
Yeah.
very, very difficult to do. It's not practical.
It was even difficult to do when there was no internet, and
This is
we
true.
had radio. That's why they called it radio. You had
Yeah. Well, you had a guy, and he picks the songs. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do
and you
about
just
it.
kind of turn the dial,
Right.
and you pick the guy you like.
Well, you could call him up
You
and
know?
you could tell him to play something different.
Well, that's true,
Right.
and he did live.
Sometimes.
It was
Yeah.
it was actually live.
Yeah.
You're talking to him on the phone,
Right.
and he plays your song.
right.
That in itself
That's
was
an analog streaming service.
yeah,
for
that,
us,
was, that was about as analog as you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
had your
guy
tube radio.
taking the album out.
Yeah, you request your song.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the radio. You are on the radio live.
Right.
You know, yeah. And he says, "All right, I'll play it for you."
Right. But
That's-
it's not coast to coast.
Yeah.
Doesn't work anywhere in the world.
They still do that, you know.
They still do.
You
that.
throw on
They
like
still do.
97
I
Rock,
know.
which, by the way, they stream, right? So
They
people
do.
could listen to our Buffalo Rock station. It's been
Yeah.
around since I was a kid.
Yep.
It's probably 97rock.com. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Something like
you could
that.
just ask your HomePod
Oh, yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, 97 Rock out of Buffalo.
Hey
But,
Siri, play 97 Rock.
but at
Yeah.
night, what's his name's on, and he's still some crazy people calling it. These people are usually loaded, as in had too much to drink already type thing. I got you play me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but anyway, it's funny actually.
Yeah, like 11 o'clock. Yeah.
When it gets later out,
Yeah.
yeah, things
You get
are-
some
yeah.
different
Some
people.
of the
Yeah.
calls are pretty funny, you know, and he plays right along with
Well,
them. which-
yeah, well, that's the thing. He knows all these people because they call in regularly.
yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, but they have some good tracks they request. So it's usually
Yeah.
something.
Every now and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good stuff.
It's
you know.
different than streaming services.
Totally, but that is the analog.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, so if that's what you're into, go for it. There's probably a lot of college. Bet you there's some college stations that still do
There's
that
a lot of
too,
those.
You know,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, if you're using a smart speaker, then it's not analog anymore. Then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
eat
it's
it.
like semi-analog.
Semi-analog.
I guess that's as good as it gets for
Analogish.
that idea.
Yeah, go old school.
Well,
Radio.
maybe what you could do is you could have an analogification of box. That's what it's
Ooh.
called.
Ooh.
It's a box. You put in digital, it analogificates it.
It's
Runs
gonna
it through like tape.
it's gonna need to be a white box, not a black.
It's a
box.
big box. It shakes
White.
violently.
In fact,
and it makes
should
it
be,
analog.
It should be gloss white.
It,
Yep.
it records your digital on the tape, plays it back.
Plays it back on tape.
Now it's analogified.
Just a loop of tape.
well, that's true. What if you did digital and then put it to tape and now played it?
Yeah, well, we have a thing that does that.
Semi-analog.
It's called a DAC.
Oh, yeah.
They convert digital to
No,
analog.
but I heard, rumor has it, you take a DSD file and you put it to tape, reel to reel, and it still sounds better
Yeah.
on tape than it does on
Gives
through
you
the
that
DAC.
analog goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. So
Yeah.
so maybe that's the whole ticket here.
Mm.
We need
Reel to reel.
his analog. What do you call it?
Analogificator.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should have a tape in it.
Big tape.
Just a
Patent
loop of tape.
Yeah. Well,
And all it does
out,
is
though.
it
You gotta
records
change
and plays, and it comes back around and does the
Continuous
same thing.
loop of tape.
Yep,
Yeah.
just tape.
It'll get worn out
It
pretty
put,
quick.
that
Yeah.
would be the best. What do you call it?
Analogificator.
I can't remember the
Yeah.
word. Analogificator. That would be the best way to do it. Is just take
Definitely,
the digital in,
yeah.
put it to a piece of tape, continuous loop. I think we should make that
Smooth
just for
it
shits
out.
and giggles.
Mm.
I bet someone already did.
Yeah,
Probably.
Well, it's
If
If
pretty
someone
simple.
did, give us a picture.
Tecmone had that cool tape thing.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Where
Yeah.
the tape just like jams into the thing. It's
Yeah.
not like on a cassette or a cartridge or whatever or a reel. That's pretty cool. So the analogificator will probably, patent pending, have one of those type of mechanisms.
Well, you could add a live effect to the
seen the tape.
analogificator too.
Uh-huh.
You put dual playback heads one after the other, so there's a slight delay in the playback, so it adds a bit of reverb to it.
Oh, yeah.
You can do whatever you want. It's an
Yeah.
analogificator.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
that is a
tape delay.
thing.
Yeah,
That is a thing.
so you could actually put multiple heads and decide on how much.
We'll build it all
yeah,
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just big clunking buttons.
Yeah.
More delay, more delay.
Yeah, but it's got to be a white box. The buttons
That
can look whatever
violently
we want.
shakes
It's
with
just
blinking
shaking.
lights.
We should make it look like
RGB.
We should make it look like
Oh,
wrestling.
jukebox?
Yeah, we should make it look like a jukebox, but it's all white and it's got like rectangular buttons.
Clunk.
You push them in
Digital
and they
comes
stay in
in,
there.
analog comes out the other side. It's
Yeah.
like a DAC,
Yeah,
but it's a DAC and an analogificator in one box.
yeah, yeah. And it needs to have a button for play and a button for stop. You realize there might be
Make
a
it look like
market.
the
There might be a
60s.
market for this. To take your
Probably.
analog audio
That's
out
why
of
there's
a
a
DAC.
patent pending on my analogificator.
We'll just we just need a simple bit stream decoder type thing and right on the tape, smoothing it right out there. You don't even need a. I don't even think you need a high pass filter. I mean a low pass filter at that point. Just the tape will be the filter.
This is just a DAC with more steps.
I'll bet someone. I bet someone tried this already.
Oh, I'm sure.
The biggest issue, in fact, I think I remember seeing something like this that was done in the past in the 70s. Like Douglas mentioned that they make it for Pro or something, right? For the delay. I think I saw it somewhere years ago. But the biggest problem with this is you got to replace the tape every
That
once
is a
in while.
problem.
Yeah.
You got a wear component.
We'll have
in
to
your
have some
DAC.
new fancy whiz bang tape.
Ooh.
Lasts forever.
Yeah.
It's like Sony Metal Masters, but extra
Yeah.
super good.
Mm.
Not a TDK SA90.
No. You can get the Metal Master.
Okay. Well, on that note, we better get the hell out of here because we're just gone way over the top on this theoretical analog streaming service.
Yeah, I guess the moral of the story is, yeah, you can do it, but why would you?
Yeah, it's just
It's absurdly impractical.
efficiency's right out the window on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
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 So,
It's in the same vein as like one building per side of an amplifier.
I still think that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
If anyone out there has a question or comment, feel free to leave it in the video description below, or you could send it to us at totl@abyssheadphones.com, and maybe we'll check it out on a future video. Until next time, thanks, guys.
Take care.